Avanza Innovations stand as a beacon of success where many international firms failed. Their achievement in the UAE, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia are a testament to their resilience and resourcefulness. It is core Avanza remained true to its root as a place where innovation is cultivated and solutions are crafted. It's my honor to welcome once again Waqas Mirza, for the CEO of Avanza Innovation.
So what Fragments does is it's a complete one-stop shop, all-encompassing marketplace that anybody can white label and launch to fractionalize or tokenize any kind of real-world assets. Fragments is that platform. It's a ready platform which any asset owner can take, configure, define their own monetization models, engage their own customers, and then launch the platform. So this is basically what Fragments is. It's a platform for tokenization of real-world assets that any asset owner or operator can launch for their retail investors. So basically, there are a lot of asset classes that are being tokenized, and people need the technology to be able to do that. People just don't need the blockchain piece of it or the Web3 piece of it. They need an end-to-end marketplace, the wallet management, the KYC, the onboarding, the secondary market, the calibration or tweaking of monetization models. So Fragments is that platform. Through Fragments, all they need is to have their license in place, configure their assets on Fragments, and then launch these assets and engage the real estate investors. So we've tried to create a ready-made marketplace which anybody can white label and launch. And then beyond real estate, we're going through some very interesting discussions in other asset classes. So, and you'll see these marketplaces coming on very soon. So we are in talks with a very large portfolio of oil and gas assets in the US. Now they want to tokenize a lot of oil wells, oil volumes, some mines as well of minerals, and they want to tokenize. Similarly, we are in talks with some financial institutions who want to tokenize different aspects of financing. Even the lending products will be tokenized across the whole value chain. We're in talks with some of the biggest developers in Saudi who want to tokenize their communities, not just to raise capital, but also to have that sense of belonging from the community and the developer, between the community and the developer. So we already have a few marketplaces running on Fragments in different parts of the world. So one of our collaboration is in the US. We've got a platform called OURPOL, OURPOL. It stands for Our Piece of Land. Now, this is a platform that is built on Fragments and is a real estate fractionalization and tokenization play, primarily in Texas and Houston. Similarly, we've been working with another group called Convo in Europe. So they've got a lot of real estate in Portugal. Absolutely. So in Greece, in Como, in Italy. So it's got a lot of real estate around hospitality, mainly, hotels, and they're tokenizing those assets and, tapping into the retail investors who are also their guests. So it's a hospitality plus a tokenization play. And again, Fragments have been used to run Convo for quite some time. So the first thing that we're very careful of when we do this for our customers, when they want to launch a marketplace, we're very clear that this is not a crypto play. This is not a play where demand and supply will be hyped up. So the first thing that we're very careful about is that the token is going to be a representation of a real world asset, and the appreciation of that asset or that token is going to depend on the real world dynamics. It's not going to depend on a hyped up marketplace or an exchange demand and supply dynamics. So if it's a real world asset, the underlying asset is going to determine the appreciation. That's going to be the only appreciation lever. If it's an oil and gas asset, that's going to be the appreciation lever for that particular token. So we're trying to put these fundamentals in place. Eventually, these tokens are going to be tradable in different exchanges, but again, it will always be a reflection of the underlying asset that it's representing. Now, all of this is being done by design to reduce the volatility in these marketplaces. These are not the kind of marketplaces that can be and should be volatile as opposed to your typical cryptocurrencies, right? Because there's a business model behind it. There's a P&L behind it.
There's real assets behind it, and
there are real assets behind it. This is exactly how we distinguish ourselves, that for anyone to launch this kind of a business, it's a business at the end of the day, which means your front-end app or your front-end web application for your investor, for your developer, and the platform operator itself is one part of it. But there's a big back office. There are big operations happening in the back office. You have, right from the onboarding and KYC to verifications to wallet management, everything has a back office. No matter how much we automate things, there's a big back office that runs this kind of a marketplace, and Fragments enables that as well. So it's an end-to-end sort of piece of software that can automate different ends of the business for anyone to launch this kind of a marketplace and then run its front end as well as back end and middle offices.